4, 3, 2. All aboard! This is Haystack Hates Your Music, Episode 6. Haystack Hates Passports. You are joined today by me, your friend, Chris Kennard, and Captain Good Ol' Los. Los, I have 2 words for you. Acknowledge
Easy.
me.
All right.
If you know, you know, and you're about to find out. Go in, sir.
Hey, for those that want to know, well, I'm sorry that you do, first and foremost. Second of all, Roman Reigns, bloodline, storyline. It's gone too long. All right. I want to say this has gone on for
1,000+ days.
3, 6, 9. Yeah, that sounds about right. That about true. Matter of fact, what's 365 times 3?
I'll look that up right now, actually. I got you.
I'm not good at math. Not a numbers guy.
Approximately 1,095 days of that boy being Also, I was confused because I saw the clip and I'm like, why does he have 3 belts? I thought he only had 2.
All right, so yeah, give or take 3 years. All right, so here's what they did, right? So what they were supposed to do was essentially unify the Universal and WWE Championship to make one belt, the undisputed Universal WWE, which they've done before a multitude of times in the last 20 years or so. I don't know what happened, but as they were, making the World Heavyweight Championship a thing again, I guess they just decided, it just looks cooler with 3 belts.
That doesn't make a lick of fucking sense.
Look, man, they essentially created a monster with Roman Reigns, and this monster was created years ago, if we're being honest. The Shield.
That was Dean Ambrose and Rollins and Reigns, right?
Yeah. Dean Ambrose, who you may know now in AEW as Jon Moxley.
Yes, sir. That bad boy.
And which, if I do refer to him as Mox instead of Dean Ambrose, there you have it, because that's what I'm used to.
Tomato.
Exactly. So, out of those 3, right, WWE couldn't do anything with Dean Ambrose. Why? Because Jon Moxley was a character way before Dean Ambrose.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to change motherfuckers' names when they joined that company.
Exactly. So, what they tried to do with Dean Ambrose after the Shield was a watered down Jon Moxley.
Can't do that. No one wants to see that.
You can't do that. And that's why it failed. And that's why he ended up, leaving the WWE and going to AEW, where he is fucking thriving now in the Blackpool Combat Club, along with another WWE alum,
Cesaro.
Bryan Danielson.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. He's there too. Damn. And hey, just for the record, y'all, like, this is how we're just getting warmed up. Y'all, I'm sure some folks didn't come here for the wrestling talk, but like, it is what it is. This is what we connect over.
There we go. WWE alum Bryan Danielson. So the thing about WWE is they have a certain style of wrestling, and their style of wrestling is under the guise of entertainment.
Safe for advertisers.
Exactly. Very athletic entertainment. And with that certain styles, like, yeah, you can have some styles that, work within that um show style, but for a lot of wrestlers, it really causes them to hold back and really, pull the reins on their actual ability, maybe. And so that that's essentially what you got with Daniel Bryan. Was Daniel Bryan good as hell in WWE? Absolutely. He was remarkable
Yes.
still. But they still try to, make him a like mid Carter. They still mismanaged him essentially. So, him going to AEW, he able to put on bangers of matches with anybody he puts on a show with. He's essentially your modern day Bret Hart in a sense of you can have a good match with anyone as, Bryan Danielson. So I come back to the Shield. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins worked out absolutely well. Why? Because Seth Rollins is a creative mind. And he is of the Shawn Michaels ilk in a sense of not only does he have, the God-given athletic ability, but he also has the God-given creative mind as well. That whole, I don't know if you've been watching Monday Night Raw recently, but
Nope.
fair enough. But Seth Rollins' gimmick is it's not even gimmick anymore. It's just Seth Rollins being Seth Rollins, and the crowd making him so over is his gimmick pretty much. Like the
I've
gimmick
heard it.
is that he's him pretty much. So like, but the gimmick is where he is now is built off of a multitude of different, stages of his gimmick, going from the Architect to the Kingslayer when he beat Triple H to one of the authoritative enforcer to basically losing his fucking mind after not being able to have a WrestleMania match for like for 2 years in a row or so, which was a pretty funny gimmick. So that is coming. That's where this gimmick is coming from. That last gimmick, him losing his damn mind, and him losing his damn mind works so well as a heel that he just pretty much flipped it into a face gimmick that is essentially. I'm still a bit of a nut, but you love me.
Can relate.
So that brings me to Roman Reigns. All right, where WWE gave up on Jon Moxley and didn't really have to do much but accommodate whatever Seth Rollins came up with because it tuned in line with whatever storyline they gave him. Roman Reigns is a bit of a different case. Why?
He's
Because
boring as fuck.
he's not charismatic. That's the start. That's the start there. He's not a very charismatic person. And even with the gimmick that he has now, the guys is like he's a mafia boss of some sort. He can't pull it off.
He's dry.
I watched a clip of dumbass show that started on Max starring the weekend. Yeah, the weekend has a show.
Oh yeah, the idol. We don't talk about that shit. It's bad.
Oh, we talking about it because we talking about how bad that shit is. because and compare it is going to make sense. So I watched The Idol. I watched a clip of The Idol on Twitter or whatever,
Sure.
right?
Oh,
And
that clip.
that clip, and I said, Jesus, this is awful. And then I said, so y'all get it. Why don't y'all get it with Roman Reigns?
At least that would be entertaining. I see what you're saying there.
That's my point. Like Roman Reigns just isn't a charismatic person, but he's solid as fucking that ring, though. You know what I'm saying? That I can't. I just simply
He'll
cannot
perform, sure.
deny. He performs. Does he have his 7 moves of doom? Sure. At that age, though, you have your 7 moves of doom. It
Plus,
is
he
what
had
it is.
cancer and shit like that. I don't hold that against him.
Leukemia. Yeah. So, and that's why he's like part time for the most part. That's why I can't 100% fault him for it. So, the fact of the matter that like, yeah, he has the 7 moves of doom. However, he know how to work around that shit too, depending on who he fighting. If it's Brock Lesnar, you're getting nothing but spears and fucking Superman punches because that's what we came to see anyway. You get, somebody along the lines of one of his cousins. You're going to get a more like, he digs into a bit of a technical bag of his. Everybody in that family has a technical bag. It's not necessarily as, solid and well-rounded as, a Hart family, say, or a Hart Dungeon graduate, which is a larger number of people that would compare up to the Hanoi family. Now, it's a technical type of bag, but it's a showman's technical bag, if that makes sense. The Rock. You know how The Rock did the sharpshooter?
All style, no substance.
Exactly. Hitman and Owen.
They're going to beat you up.
I'll give you a hot take. Owen's sharpshooter was better than Brett's.
Easy now.
Easy now? All right, let me count the ways. So
Oh Christ, what? Hey, hold on. This has gone on far enough. I should have known what I was opening myself up to when I got this man talking about wrestling.
Let me get to the gist of it all. We'll chop it up about Owen and Brett sharpshooter after this. Matter of fact, I might get Kenny involved in the conversation too. I need to call him anyway.
Yo, shout out to
But
Hendrix, my boy.
But the point of the matter is that Roman Reigns, just bottom line, has no charisma, and it just simply doesn't work for him. That's why you think that's why they brought in Paul Heyman to be his mouthpiece, but it's like now it's like he's going back and forth with Paul Heyman, and it says Paul Heyman's now the bitch. Like
the bootlicker.
It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense all at the same time. Like, and then not only that, but again, it's been 2.5, damn near 3 years long. This storyline's been going, bro. To put it in perspective, we grew up on SmackDown, No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, Warzone and Attitude, and then every one of those video games, they mirrored a certain style to the storylines that were going on from the Attitude Era on. And it was that your bigger storyline was going to run from the pay-per-view or the Raw at the WrestleMania to that next fiscal year. So that next WrestleMania. They call them Road to WrestleManias. We have had a road that has spanned 3 WrestleManias, Ducky. And for what?
I couldn't
For
fucking tell
what?
you.
It's just everybody that watches wrestling. My whole entire wrestling enthusiast timeline, they're like, "This is cinema," and it's like, at points, yeah, it is in fact
It's soap
cinema.
opera.
I can't deny it at certain points. It just exactly how they the Uso twins are excellent in
I
all
like
this.
them.
Sami Zayn, excellent.
The ultimate baby
All of it.
face.
On the side, Kevin Owens is essentially my gimmick. He's a fourth wall breaking, same man in the insane asylum.
A big old Canadian man is gonna beat you up.
But at this point, he's just like fed up. Like he got to a point, a couple of years ago where he just started like pointing out all the wrestling tropes that happen. Like he'd have his little his show segment or
Of a
whatever,
KO
right?
show.
Yeah, the KO
Like
show
this show.
segment. Yeah, he'll have his KO show segment, and then he'll invite somebody to come down to the ring. They'll have a little back and forth, and he goes, "Don't mention their name. Whatever you do not mention their name." And like, what do you mean? Why? It's like, because once you mention their name, lo and behold, they show up. So they mention their name, lo and behold, they show up. So KO's just been fed up with it all for. And KO's been fed up with it all for a long time. So KO's role in all this has just been absolutely funny because he's just been looking at all this like, yo, this is so dumb. I'm
Can I go home to my wife and kid type shit?
I'm just pretty much like, yo, I'm Kevin Owens and all. So everything around it has been, solid. But number one, a lot of this could have been condensed into 1.5 years, maybe even 2 if you did it right. But they just dragged the
wheels.
They just dragged the shit out because Reigns has a part-time schedule. We gotta stop having part-timers hold the championship. I don't give a shit how popular they are. Like, start building motherfuckers that's going to be mainstays early. You got motherfuckers in NXT and they early 20s, early 30s that are ready to carry the company right now. All you got to do is strap the fucking rocket to them. Man, Freddie, talk to me. Ain't my line, dog. Let's talk.
Hey, if they gonna talk, they're gonna need both of them AirPods. For some reason, your audio keeps on fading for me.
Let me go on the other AirPod then. I don't know if 100% do anything, but we'll see.
Do what we can.
Yeah, nah. Freddie Prinze Jr., we need to talk. I don't know if he's still in creative, but yeah.
It was very surprising to see him there in the first place.
I put everything in a timeline. I have a formula, like a whole entire formula where it's like, all right, we got an entire fiscal year. What do y'all want to do? And it's like, all right, we have this person, we have this person. We know they work well. Let's see what we can do with them. Let's, build a storyline off that. All right, what can we do with that storyline? All right, well, this history, this, that, and the third is like, all right, we got nuance now. So it's like we can drag that out. So it's like I to give certain things a certain span, a certain storylines, a certain span where you have a bunch of other things working around it due to the main characters in the storylines affiliates, and enemies. Well, I have a motherfucking 4-man weave throughout the entire WWE season for an entire year. It'd be the best show on earth. At any rate, let's get to the music.
You better save that. You better save all that shit and pitch it, because like a man needs to get paid.
I'm saying I got ideas, bro. Ideas.
That makes two of us. And if and like at any rate, if none of the ideas like take flight here in the States, we're taking them international. The theme of today's show, bam. Thank you to all who endured those last 20 minutes. Sorry if you don't care for big men slapping meat, but like that's what we're here for, respectfully.
There hasn't been an episode of Gorilla Game Podcast in about a year and a half now.
It's got to come out sometime.
I've been itching to talk shop.
Yeah, the more like my social media like goes towards just like wrestling, I'm like, man, oh man, I need to get a nice suit and sit at the commentator's table, because like, what are we talking about here?
That'd be dope. That'd be a dope.
I'm telling you, because don't get my engine revved up. Before we even go back into like the squared circle, today on episode 6 of Haystack Hates Your Music, we have 4 songs for Haystack Hates Passports. We have Belgium, Japan by way of Canada, India, and Bolivia again by way of Canada. Stromae with AVF, Doppelganger by Teke Teke, Janoon by Shai Benzur, Johnny Greenwood, and the Rajasthan Express, and Es Okay to Haces by Little Pimienta. Captain Los, which country do we visit first? Hey. Take it easy. Take it easy.
We'll get to it respectfully.
That's a mother, okay?
Hey. Even never mind.
Hey. Take it easy. It's Juneteenth. Take it easy.
We're gonna start it. Where was the first one? Germany?
Oh, the first country on our list is Belgium.
Belgium.
Yep. My boy Stromae. Listen, we gotta shout out the featuring rappers on this song. Gims and Orelsan. Like they were spitting their asses off in this song, bro.
Further now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Oh no. Let me get the Google Translate out. Let's go.
All right, so literally my first thing off rip is language barriers really fucked me up here, I gotta admit.
My God.
Oh man, the language barrier was really kicking. I said there's a lot going on over a dope ass instrumental. I couldn't deny this instrumental is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Bonkers as fuck.
However, overall, I gave it a 6 out of 10. I honestly couldn't get over my lack of understanding the lyrics. But overall, pretty fun song to listen to in general.
Okay, I'll take a 6. That's fair. Good way to start the review. So, for those who don't know Stromae, like imagine Prince if he didn't play the guitar, drums, or bass. Like we just have like this tall black fella who has like an impeccable fashion sense, who can make any kind of beat you want. Has like these great videos of him just being around Belgium with the homies, like making these songs, like writing skits. Like well known, like has like working relationships with like will.i.am and Madonna and things like that, writing songs about just like cultural things, about like being overworked, the pandemic at one point, what's it called, trauma over losing a father in a genocidal war, what's it called, gender norms, like AVF, who I guess if you I love your fair. Like, I don't know what the hell this song's about. I'm not going to even lie to you, but it seems to me See, we have some international recognition here, huh? This is like, it seems to be like the victory lap for the album because there's so much going on. Like if with context of that of what's it called? What's the album called? It is the album was called Racine Carré, and there's just like there's so much going on, and for those who may be confused, like if you pick the song up and you're like, I don't speak French, what the fuck is happening? If you're like me, you go to Genius. There's an English translation, and I think I'm just gonna click on that now to save myself like the Google Translate. Oh, this song AVF, you'll never guess what it means.
No.
Go fuck yourself.
All right. How?
Okay,
That's how you know
so
I only
here,
know
hang
one,
on.
maybe 1.5 languages.
Okay, so like first one is Stromae saying always the same speeches, always the same facade. Holland, Belgium, France, left wing, liberal, central forward, centrist. I don't care. All of them are con artists. Then we got Matre Gims. I don't say what I think, but I think what I say. When I see what I see and what our lives are worth. It's not so surprising that we're so rude. So follow my madness. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then Arosan says, I was supposed to be an up-and-coming youngin'. I've always been a stressed-out kid who panics. It's marked on our birth certificates in italics. We have 1 foot in the psychiatric hospital, nights in the bottle, days in traffic. Since when have I ever been in the shoes of Joe Blow? The city in my ears, the smoke in my lungs. And I'm like, oh, goddamn.
And I don't know if you're going to go full throttle with the rebellion. Why not get a couple of gunplay bars off?
No comment.
I'm just saying.
No comment.
I'm just saying. Just a
punchline. I wish I got
just
a diamond chain in the mail from my favorite rapper.
Just a punchline or two. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? We know you don't. We know they don't hold a gun. They just said their minds are wrecked. So it's like I know you don't do that because you should have. Never mind.
Shout out to GoFundMe. Wait, what?
I have no buzzer, so I need to really watch where I'm going with these jokes.
Problematic alert. Problematic alert.
Really gotta watch where I'm going with these jokes this episode. So,
anywho, shall we get back onto our vessel and make our way to Canada by way of Japan with Teke Teke?
So that's what's going on there. Canadian, eh?
Yeah, and so like there's this one radio station I love. They're called KEXP. They're from Seattle. They cover a lot of just like indie weird stuff. And it's a big band if you've seen them play. And I'm like, where are all these people doing on stage? What's happening here? And even the name of the band, Teke Teke, is like Japanese onomatopoeia because they're according to the band, they were influenced by like Japanese surf rock, and that's just like the sound you hear when you're playing guitar when you're not plugged in. And I'm like, oh, that's cute, that's weird. I can respect that. And there's just like a lot of just like like Jethro Tullian vibes going on with the music. You got like some horns, you got some flutes, you got some woodwinds, all sorts of fun stuff. Again, I don't understand a word of what's happening here, but it feels very just like, hey man, peace and love, bro.
I like hippie vibes. So there's that. I'm just a fan of onomatopoeias. That's all I was thinking of during that.
Yeah.
Once you explain what the onomatopoeia, what I was like, that's pretty neat. Like,
isn't it clever? I think it's very clever.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like my favorite onomatopoeias is like some and onomatopoeias like that. It really gets the blood flowing.
It's like, listen, man. Like, I never served a day on the block in my life, but I put on some Benny the Butcher, man. I'm gonna put on my tracksuit. I'm gonna get my flip phone out, and I'm gonna call the Migo from across the way. Yo, Gabriel, what you got for me today, huh? Oh, and like this is good context from V because V taught Japanese. Wait, well, taught English in Japan for many years, so
Do they now?
she did. Like the
That,
things that I've learned about that country from V would blow your noggin. But that's
oh,
neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. What on the haystack scale? What are the notes? What is the grade of doppelganger?
don't let
Oh,
me
that
talk.
too.
I taught Japanese and translation. Oh, nice. Don't let me go out to Japan or
Thank
learn
you.
anything. I learned too much about Japan and I like it too much. I'm gonna fly out there and never come back. But
I'm definitely gonna slide there at least one time, but we'll see when we get there. I want to learn a little bit first.
however, to start off my nose, I said, oddly enough, the language barrier doesn't ruin the song for me in any way. It just works with
Hey,
the song. Just simply does. I said, the song is genre bending in some sections. I dig that. That's pretty neat. Uh,
yeah,
I said, this has the arrangement of a movie theme. You know, when they do the opening credits?
yes, I do know what you're talking about. I
Uh, that's all I could
have
think
great
about.
news.
Oh, my.
So I'm thinking like because I couldn't find like the lyrics on Genius, and I'm like, well, it is a new song, whatever. What are you gonna do? But I Google it, and I found it on Bandcamp.
I haven't heard that name in years.
But oddly enough, you never guess who purchased Bandcamp?
Homest.
Epic Games, the creator of Fortnite.
Of course they did.
hmm And listen, for what it's worth, if you still want to like make an honest buck making your music, Bandcamp is still like the best way to do it. Like, if you want to like buy this, either I think it's either the single, yes, like it's the single. I think the entire album is on compact disc. You can like get the vinyl for $30. You can get the CD for 20, and the song itself is still like $1. You know what I mean? Like, there's still like some sort of equity via like the platform, but it's just now they have like a corporate backer and shit like that.
Well, I guess that's the good news of it all.
Yeah.
Storyline.
So the lyrics from the song translate to on a rainy day, I am her doppelganger. I walked on this soaked ground. I can feel her pain. I have no memories, no fear. At home, I shed tears like the drops of water running down the window. It's okay. Sometimes it's like that, and that's all. Outside the aquarium is the ocean. I've come so far without seeing you yet. On the old and worn skin of your hand rests a flower. I watch the shadow that glides gently over the sand. Who am I really? We're all just doppelgangers who don't look like each other, but from the beginning, perhaps we're all the same, each our own body.
That's hard.
God damn!
That's hard as hell.
What the actual fuck?
That's a pin. All right. In case you were wondering what's a good pen game, that's a pen game right there.
No, listen. That's what you niggas call bars. You don't know nothing about that. Drop a
I'm
bomb.
saying, Flex drop the bomb, drop plenty of bombs.
That shit was bonkers.
Exactly. That's a strong pin right there. Because boy, oh boy, is that poetic.
Like, and I just like I listened to this song specifically when I'm doing my whole like TikTok 365 song project, and I'm like, I always like seen this band around on the internet. It's like, well, I should make the time to check them out. And it was during like AAPI month, like Asian American Pacific Islander month. And I'm like, oh, like let's give this a shot, man. Like, it's a full ass band. Like, it's cool, like being like having representation from like multiple countries, and like they're not doing shit that most people are doing in regards to like this folk-esque music. And I'm like, I listened to this song and I'm like, this is kind of I feel good, like if I feel kind of groovy, you know what I mean? And I'm like, to think that like I can like like gaze out the window and like like ponder like the just like the intangibles of life listening to this shit. I'm like, wow, man, hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That part. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That, it's one of those really thinking deep and introspective bag flowing in the wind type of songs.
Yeah. What was the grade you gave it? I didn't pay attention to that part.
That being said, 7 out of 10. This sounds like a Far East Western musical score. A man looks to exact revenge on a gang that kills his parents when he was a kid with a band of misfit. Wait, that's the plot of Red Dead Revolver, actually.
Oh God, no plagiarism here, please.
Stop right there. But that's what
I'll
it
take a
sounds
7.
like.
Hell yeah.
I might even bump it up to 7.5 as we've been talking
Just for the
about it.
translation alone. Yeah.
Exactly. Translation, no shit. 8. Yeah. That might be the first moving score on this show.
Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. All right. Let's
Yeah,
go to the
lyricism's
tough.
hard.
Let's go to the tough sell, shall we? Because I realized I put the song on the list because it's like my go-to international song. But like now that I have the context of you like growing up in a household where like your old man played go-go, and I'm like, oh shit. I don't know. So what do you think of Junoon?
I've never heard of it. What is it?
Wait, the third song on the list.
Ah, yes. Written by Shahid Ben Sur.
Yeah, like it's like so like for context sake, right? Um world famous British band Radiohead. One of the members is Johnny Greenwood. He's not like playing in that band, he writes film scores. And I guess like he knows Shai Benzur and it's like, hey dog, come to India. He's like, say less. They fly over and he's like, this is like the Rush, this is the Rajasthan Express. And like it's a bunch of old heads in a big ass. It's basically like a big band. You know what I mean? They got horns, they got guitar, they got hella drums. And it's like, hey, bro, we're gonna slide to this like this ancient castle to record an album. You want to play bass? He's like, fuck yeah, I want to play bass. And just like they link up, they record some Johns, and they put it out. Just like we'll just see where it goes. Like, and then my stoner friend, shout out to Rolando, like he loves Radiohead. He's like, hey, bro, let me play some shit. And he plays it, and when the drums kick in, and I'm like, hold on, did they just like come to like DC and be like, bet we can do that shit? It's a wrap. Like the drums were cranking, and like they did like a brief stint on like Late Night with Colbert, and I'm like, okay, so like there was some push for this album, but it's just like I love the idea of like this giant ass brown band with like the one white dude hanging out in the corner.
Let me give you my thoughts.
Here we go.
Well, my first thought was Punjabi jazz. Oh my.
Oh my god.
My second thought was, yo, the drumming pattern is crazy. And then, Ducky,
Yes.
pattern switch, and my face melted. God damn it! I said, "Ooh." I did that one meme of that white kid making the stink face. That was that yeah. It was one of them ones. I said,
If he had one question for me, I'm gonna write it down because hang on a second. I know it's corner somewhere. Oh god. I'm trying to copy and paste. Let me see. Yep. Copy, paste. I'm probably mispronouncing the shit out of it, but
I believe that's it though.
yeah. I'm so fucking relieved. Carry on.
All right. That being scared. That being said, my final score for it 9 out of 10.
Yes!
Am I ever gonna listen to this song ever again? Literally the only chance is if I'm dating a lady that knows this song. Well, had to dance for two.
I'll say this could go at any kickback if they can get through the first 2 minutes, and once like them drums start drumming, everyone in that place is moving their ass.
She knows that song well. Like she has a dance routine to it, even. But nonetheless,
Hey yo,
holy fuck, this cranks.
I really hope my neighbor isn't mad with how Atlanta just yelled, because this, like the minute he played me this song for the first time, I'm like, bro, you don't know what the fuck you've done to me. Because I think on almost every other playlist that I've made, I include this song. Bruh. I don't know if you were paying attention to the Oscars last year, but this movie came out called RRR. So what?
I said, who was it?
Yeah, right. Oh, right. And so one of the movies nominated was RRR. It was an Indian film, and it had two lead actors, and one of the scenes are it's in the past. It's shot in the past, and they're at like this all white party. Like there's a bunch of white people there, and they're talking shit to the boy. Like, oh, like you Indian guys don't have like proper dances. Like y'all can't dance for shit. And it's like, hold on, bro. No. You ain't gonna like talk bad about my culture like that. You don't like we go show you how to not do. And they're like, what the fuck is that? And they just start styling on the hose. And all the women are like, wow. And the bro's like, oh, what the fuck? Hey, what the fuck? And he's like, nah. Try and dance like us real quick. Cause I'll be talking cash shit. Like, watch me and my boy move real quick. And I listened to the shit and I'm watching like the performance, and I'm like, ooh, hey, oh, okay, wow, ooh. And I'm just like, when they talk like, hey, how was it shooting the films? Like, oh, like the director was beating our ass. Like, oh, like you need to hit this point by this marker, and they just had to do it over and over and over again. It's like, you all do it for the Oscars? Like, hell no, I won't. My knees still hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yes, sir. Get to the bag.
Damn.
Pow, bang, bang. I'm gonna send it to you because it's just like it's just like it's over the top, and I love that shit. Like my mom, she taught dance for years, and she would when when we were like kids, she'd always go to the library, get a shit ton of movies. And whenever she just got a movie from like across the pond, she's like, ooh, these brothers be dancing. Because like most of the time, like guys don't be dancing like that. You know what I mean? Like, and even with like the 5 pillars of hip hop, bros ain't really breaking like that. Like break dancing has been relegated to like Red Bull and shit like that. It's like it's become like a you know what I'm talking about? Like, we don't really ever see like cats like getting down. Like, maybe you see cats doing the Harlem Shake and shit like that. But
right. That about it.
he knows what I'm
Like
fucking talking about.
choreographed dancing is strict as hell because it's like you said about what they had to go through. Shit has to be done a certain way at a certain point and a certain marker at the exact same time synchronized as like a good 17, 18 other motherfuckers on the stage. Otherwise, you just look like a fucking lost cow in the field. I went to my niece's dance recital um over this weekend,
Yeah.
and there was like they had like your age groups or whatever, and so it was just a rotation of the different age groups doing their different performances or whatever. And so like my nieces, they had like an old school set where they did
One sec. He'll be right back. He had to contemplate what he saw on stage. An old school
here's
routine, you
where
say?
yeah, they were doing they did an old school routine, and by old school I mean here's where my age is showing. They did Jump Around by House of Pain to start it off or whatever.
Of course.
And which I was like, House of Pain, yeah, that's hip hop, but like by technicality, that's hip hop like Vanilla Ice is.
Yeah.
But then they switched to Jump by Crisscross, and was probably one of 3 people that jumped out of my seat in that auditorium. So
Don't make me turn my pants around right now, okay? Don't play with me.
I lost my marbles. So my point that I'm getting to is that during these uh, recital routines, a lot of different groups, you noticed when they missed a step, when they missed a part of the routine. Exactly.
It
Like
hurts.
it hurt. I know it hurts because I looked at the shit like, damn, I'm embarrassed for you a little bit because it's like I wouldn't have gotten that shit down at all.
Listen, for years, my mother tried to put me in these classes because she's like, "Oh, you'll love it. You'll have so much fun." But because of my like, "Oh, like, man, boys don't be doing that dancing shit." Like, I was like on that. I was on that type of time for years until I was required. Like, I was going to private school. I had to be in a school play. Had to be in a school musical for a grade. And I'm like, "Wait, hold up. This shit kind of not. This is kind of fun. I ain't gonna lie to you." And I'm like, "Oh, kind of like take them classes." She's like, "Nigga, I retired. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm
Too
like,
little, too late.
yeah, and I can still follow choreography, but like I couldn't do like a 2 minute solo, you know what I mean, in front of like the
Yeah,
National Philharmonic.
no. He said the National Philharmonic.
Hey
the Juilliard.
man. Shout out to Alvin Ailey and all of them. Like, shout out to all the black dancers, bro. Keeping the culture going, bro.
Nevertheless, like I grew up watching, House Party and shit, so I knew motherfuckers could
Yes,
dance.
exactly. I use that clip on a regular basis. It's like,
You know
yo,
what I'm
me
saying?
and wifey copped the crib, and I'm like, you know what that means, right? Ah, oh, hey, type shit.
So at no
Don't
point that
play.
at no point did I ever doubt that, like, dudes weren't dancing or anything like that. I was
Man
like,
don't dance.
mine don't dance. But I was thinking, bugs were doing ballet, but they were doing certain types of choreography and things like that. Because again, a child of the '90s, you grow up watching music videos when MTV was playing music videos more than they were playing TV shows.
Yeah.
So all you saw, like during the early '90s era of hip hop, all you saw were motherfuckers like dancing, if not in the background, in routine with a bunch of dancers. Remember Heavy D and the Boys?
Yo, rest in peace, Heavy D, man.
This is the second time we brought up Heavy
Now
D and the
that
Boys on the
we
show.
found love, what we gonna do with it?
Exactly. You
Stop
had
playing.
Heavy D and the Boys. You had MC Hammer. You had Crisscross doing Jump. Like mothers that were rapping were also like doing dance moves as well.
Shit, Old
Tupac
Dirty
was a
Bastard was dancing.
Tupac was a background dancer for Digital Underground before uh the Humpty Dance.
Oh
Oh, I
man.
mean same song. That nah, Tupac is featured in the same song. That's what I was saying. But you get my point.
Yeah.
Like there was always some type of dance background. So I never like really knocked the whole man don't dance rhetoric. Uh I can't dance. You understand? So
You still gonna have like the if
I
need be.
got I got the two step, the always
You gonna lean
the two
back at
step.
least. You gonna lean back.
The two steps, the fastball. You know what I'm saying? The
I know what
fastball
you
is
mean,
always
cuz.
good.
I
You
know
know
what
what
you
I'm saying?
mean.
Then I got what's called the old man dance, and I got the Dougie, I got the swag surf,
Listen,
and
don't talk
the
about the swag surf because I'm listen.
the most choreographed dance that I can do, the most choreographed routine that I got is the rerun. That's all I got for you.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
That's
Let's
all I
go.
got for you. You know what
Yeah, listen.
I'm saying?
All I'm saying is like I would like like I said, like this show was built out of necessity because like we aren't making reaction content. I would make like reaction content for Janoon where it's like we go to black kickbacks and it's like, hey, we slap the DJ some money and it's like we played this record and if it's got some heat, we gotta put it online. So like the Express can see like, bro, like we are fucking with this vibe because
Oh yeah. It
hold
is
on. We got a
absolutely
comment from our
appreciated.
our number one fan here. I feel like Indian girls always know how to dance. I've taken lessons before, but the boys in their family didn't take dance. Disrespectful.
Tough scene. Tough scene.
But dancing is not easy. I doubt I could do
I,
anything now. Oh, I'm sure you can bust a movie. Come on now. Don't play yourself.
I, I, hey,
Like, listen, Misdemeanor said so. Get your back off the wall. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, listen, look, I'm willing to learn some lessons. That's all I'm saying.
Period. How about we are approaching like the 50-minute mark? Shall we go to Colombia?
Yeah, we need to bring it on home. Yeah. So
Lido
you know,
Pimienta.
That's okay. Do I says? I said, where have I heard this song?
Wow.
Off rip, I've heard. I was like, I know, I've heard this song before. This was on a show, and I like sat and thought about it. Like, got halfway through the song, was like, bang, took her a birdie. Good show. The stars are under hot water.
No comment.
Tiffany Haddish and Ali Wong. Those are the stars.
Oh, that's right. Hey, shout out to, man. Damn.
Yeah.
No comment.
Stephen
You hate
Yoon
to see it.
also has parts in that show too. It's like he's low. But going about the song itself, I said, hey, this song grooves. Yeah, nah, this is me on a journey. My next comment, Pimienta. Yep.
Hey.
Respectfully.
That's a mother. All right. Mr. Pimienta, give me no disrespect, sir. No disrespect.
We never answered the question. Never mind.
Hey man, shut up, man. Relax.
Okay, going. I said, this is a very captivating combo of instruments that it comprises of this song. There's something different that works very well. Wild how different cultures have different sounds that comprises their mainstream. Makes American mainstream seem cookie cutter.
Oh yeah.
However, I gave this an 8 out of 10. Again, nothing I'm listening to on my free time, but this song is downright enchanting. On second thought, maybe I do listen to this on my free time. Just not sober free. Well, there isn't ever usually sober free time for me.
Word.
But you get the point.
I do. I do. I hear you.
Well, let's say I'm upping the inebriation levels. I'll listen to this, maybe. Most likely.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? But this song is downright enchanting. Also,
enchanting is a great word for it. Yeah.
Lido Pimienta, can't stop loving you.
Hey, cuz, listen, bro. Relax. Don't be a passport, bro, dog. Don't be a passport, bro.
All right. Okay. All right. That's enough. I gotta draw the line there. All right.
You don't associate with them fools.
The joke is over now.
Boom. Hey, dog. Since you gave it such a decent score, I gotta tell you, great songs from this album, Miss Colombia, include like Para Transcribir, Nada Te Quería, and Resisto Ya are like all like heaters on this album. And Genius actually does have like the English translation. And like the song's kind of sad a little bit. Not gonna front. We got bars like, I saw you today sitting at the sand. I felt you today fighting against the tides. Look at me in the face when you talk to me, and don't tell me anything if you don't want to. But don't let me down. It hurts me. I don't exaggerate when I tell you. Like, what you're doing, it ain't love. But today I understood sitting in your sand that it was because of you I stopped being me. You aren't to blame for being like this, but just don't give me anything if you don't want. And I'm like, damn. Respectfully.
Might gotta look into that as well. Feed my never mind. Feed my interest in this music. That's what I'm gonna feed.
I'll also say, like, y'all, like, you have to watch. Shut up. Like, you have to watch this video. Like, the video for Eso Que Tu Haces, it's just like to see like the vibrance of this country, like just like the diaspora, the variety, just like the clothes, the colors, just like
It's
the
rich. It's
just like yeah,
absolutely rich.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like the overhead shots with the drones, just like man, oh man, I never would have even considered Colombia like a thing that like, oh, I want to like take part and see this in reality. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, like shit, maybe my cousins be from there and shit. You know what I mean? Like
I
it feels
mean,
like home.
I've always had an idea to travel to Colombia, but since you just called me a passport, bro, I've been reconsidering every place I've been willing to travel to for the attentions alone.
I draw like, listen, cuz like pick up the language, you know what I mean? Like and patronize like the local businesses and like and you know, like find like you know, like don't fall stay away from the tourist traps. It's all good. You know what I mean?
I just want to like try the food and see what I could put on for like low amounts of money.
Yes, sir. Some fashion. Period. It's like, man, I got that
Uh,
Colombian drip. What you talking about?
I
Rick
want a
Owens.
I want a low key have it on. I want to have a certain stylish flea market drip that exceeds flea market levels.
Nah, we ain't thrifting, all right? We
You know what I'm
exporting.
saying?
You already know what time
That
it
part.
is.
That part.
Straight from India. Straight from Belgium. Stop playing with me. I'm pretty sure Stromae has his own brand. We got, hey, Stromae, send the drip. We need it.
Exactly.
We need
I'm
some
trying to
shirts,
have
shoes,
that.
and socks. Stop playing.
I'm trying to have that shit on. All
Hey,
right.
hey, speaking of fashion, our friend V from subtlesmile.com, the latest in arts, fine art, music, and fashion. Cop something. I'm gonna put the website in the comments. Stop playing, bro. Shout out to our friend here, bro. Shout out to like our number one supporter. Shout out to Living Abstraction. I know he's not here, but he's here in spirit, bro. Hey man, we got somehow we took like a 20-minute interlude into the world of wrestling and still got through all the songs in under an hour.
Yeah, we tied it all in like a nice bow. Like I really enjoyed that. Let you that was I appreciate you giving me that catharsis of talking shop because again I haven't done it in a while and I needed to do it. I was busting at the seams, Duffy.
It's significant. Like, you know how happy you make me when like I see like because I follow like all those accounts that show like old school clips or like shit from happening like because or like just like matches outside of like because I don't have cable. You know what I mean? But it's like sometimes like the fans they get that clip and they sneak it onto the Twitter. I'm like, oh man, like can you believe this is happening? Can you believe like these feats of just like these you know like these in like these like superhuman people taking these bumps and shit like that. I'm like, man, like we gotta like but you gotta like hey, and by the way, like every time like since like the one time I was a guest on your show and you told about Maki Ito, I follow her on Twitter and she's just talking mad shit to all the opponents on Twitter. I'm like, yo, this woman is a maniac.
Yes,
And
I love
I saw her on
Magneto.
TikTok and like some girl was like, oh, so like, why do you wrestle? And she's like, I need more blood. And she has like a pizza cutter in her hand. And I'm like, yo,
I love Maki Ito, yo.
guys,
She's dope.
motherfuckers.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Undefeated.
Hell no,
Suck
she's
my
dope as shit.
dick. Yo, I'm like, yo, Ito,
She,
chill, bro. Yo, chill.
she's dope as shit, bro. Like, she probably the only like few, you know, Joshi wrestlers that came in and
She's so
pretty
over.
much, yeah, like she's so over because she's just a woman of mischief. Like
Agent of
and it's like
chaos.
exactly. She's chaotic and it's
She's a
fun.
millennial. She's going to high school with the squad, bro. Like that's gang.
Yeah, she's like around our age group and such. So it's like, or maybe she's a little younger, but nonetheless, she's just
Ah,
like,
class of '92. Class of
word.
'92. That's gang.
That's gang. So I'm a year older, but it's still that's around the
It's
same
gang, bro.
cluster.
Stop playing. It's gang.
But
Makes me
yeah,
want to fuck around, and go to
so
wrestling school myself, man.
I'm too old and battered for all that. But
You put in your time already for being real.
Yeah, my bump card has expired years ago.
I don't know if I can take 10 shots to the chest if I'm being real, but like I consider it for Miss Maki.
But she's dope as shit. Then not only that, man, she's hardcore as fuck.
Those matches are pretty brutal, and I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
dark
yeah.
side of the
Nah.
ring type shit, bro.
If you want to get to like just a dope gimmick in general, just look up Maki Ito.
Big facts. Listen, dog, like this has been Haystack Hates Your Music, episode 6. This is the Passport edition. We have 3 more. We have indie, we have R&B, and we have women in hip hop. Hey,
Oh,
he forgot. Yeah, he
interesting.
forgot.
Fun. It feels like we got all the all the homework out of the way, and now we got all the broccoli out of the way. But turns out the broccoli was beef and broccoli, and it was still pretty good. But now we get to eat the junk food. We get to eat the
So
snacks.
choose your character wisely. Where are we going next?
You said we had R&B, women in hip hop, and what else?
Indie.
All right, so let's mix it up. Let's go R&B next
R&B first.
episode, and then indie, and then we'll end the season with women in hip hop.
Okay, that'll be episode 9, and we'll do like our Haystack Hates finales for episode 10.
I can't wait for that set in particular. Just see what you give me.
Because I know like we've had conversations off camera about the whole Spotify and their top 50 beats of hip hop in honor of like 50 years of hip hop, and you saw my list, and I know you feel some type of way about that. I feel as though we should like kind of build the Los list of the best 50 beats just like live on a stream as like some bonus content. Not only that, I feel like now we've done this like 6 times. I feel as though we're almost ready for like the live show. Like we just like book a room at the local Germantown library, have the squad come out and do like some live raw reactions from the crowd type shit.
That'd be dope. I'd love
The
that.
wheels are turning. We got hella ideas. Like someone can film that shit. We knock it out in like less than an hour because I don't know how long you can rent those rooms these days. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's the only caveat.
Look at like 6 months in advance or some shit. I don't know.
Right. We'll figure it out. We'll kick that can down the road.
Yes, at any rate, let's get to these calls to action. First things first. Stay hydrated. It's the summer. Use up a nice cold beverage. Drink something. You know what I mean? H2O preferably, but whatever you got, knock it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep them fluids fluiding in your body and shit. You heard?
I like that Crystal Light because I don't like things that are tasteless. So.
Secondly, when you leave the crib, for any reason in particular, wear a mask over your nose, under your mouth, for the sake of the elderly, for the sake of the children, for the sake of the immunocompromised, for your own damn sake. I don't know if y'all know, but on the East Coast, there are trees burning. Fumes, chemicals in the oxygen. I don't like that. I don't want to get sick. I don't want you to get sick. Please consider it. That's all I'm saying. And finally, what's that, Los?
Have you ever heard of the shopping cart conundrum?
Oh, I with the particular professional industry that I'm in, yes, I am very familiar with it.
All right, yeah. So you do know the like ramifications of what type of person you are, depending on whether you return a shopping cart or just leave it in the fucking parking lot, right?
1000%. And hey, if you have the means to do so, do so. You know what I mean?
Apply the mask wearing.
No, 100%. Like I remember when Aldi first kicked off in Moco, and like people were like passing quarters to one another for the carts. It's the same thing, cuz like we already know what kind of time the GOV is on. Not looking out for you. I'm looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? Across the world, motherfuckers be wearing these masks. I went to a protest recently in Philadelphia because they want to knock down Chinatown for a new basketball arena. And before we went to the protest, Don't even get me started. It's messy. And so before we go to the
The
protest,
Sixers aren't even good enough for a new stadium.
and there it is, baby. And there it is. Regardlessly, I link up with my homie. We went to go get some dim sum. Guess what? Everybody in that motherfucker wearing a face protection. It was like, yo, folks is eating. They don't want my germs. They want to enjoy this food. And oh my God, there was so much food. It was like, hey, you want to try this? Hey, what? So nice, so courteous. Masked up. You know what I'm saying? Gloves on. If frontline workers are still coming to work, like protecting themselves and the customers, you can do the same thing for your neighbors you don't even talk to.
I heard that before the pandemic, dispensaries were like salad bars.
No comment. Number 3. Number 3. I'm not going down that path. We're not doing it. The next time, like say, like when we finish the stream, we're probably gonna get up and use the bathroom, wash our hands. You know, like at the end of the day, you're gonna floss your teeth, brush your teeth, whatever. You know, put a face mask on. You're gonna look yourself in the mirror. You're gonna like open your phone, take a selfie. I don't know. Like you get your compact, put some makeup on. You're gonna have to look at yourself. The next time you look at yourself, you look yourself dead in the eye, and you say, "I love you" to yourself. If for any reason you cannot say "I love you" to yourself, trust me, I understand. But please know that myself, Chris Kennard, and my good friend Haystack West, good old Los, we love you in the most like platonic and supportive way possible. Hate is easy. Love is difficult, but love never fails. At least in my personal opinion. Finally, this is for today. It's Juneteenth. And shout out to all our brothers, sisters, and GNCs from Texas, all our black folks across the world. If you ain't black, if you're a person of color that's also not black, and you want to give reparations, you can hit the Cash App, like myself and Los. You can find that in the doobly-doo. We got some mutual aid in the description. You know what I'm saying? Like, these rich assholes don't give a fuck, but we do. So like, if you're financially stable, you can give a little something. Give somebody who really needs it. Someone needs to like go to the grocery store. Someone needs to go to the hospital, get the prescriptions and shit. I don't know. Who needs to get some water, a mask, and shit like that. There's plenty of places to look if you really care to do so, especially on a day like today. Again, shout out to Texas, shout out to all the black folks. Power to the motherfucking people. You know what I'm saying? Someday we will be free. It just ain't today, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Los, anything that I missed?
At the moment, so
that's that. We'll hopefully see y'all in late July. I'm not gonna front. I turned 31 in mid-July, and who knows what my professional calendar is gonna look like. If we can somehow squeeze it in after the 4th of July, you'll see it here first. But otherwise, presume like a late July upload. You know, we have a lot of things going on in our lives, but like we do our best to make time. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate y'all so much. Listen to something new. And if you're listening to shit music, Haystack probably hates it. All right, that's on God. We're out of here. Haystack, say goodbye to the people out there.
All right, everybody, be easy and keep banging dope shit, man.
You heard it here first. Thank you for your time. Godspeed.